I'm 7 years young in the network marketing profession. And I remember about 4.5 years ago when I first stumbled across My Lifestyle Academy, right? The John and Nadya Melton. And I remember they got me instantly. There was this feisty, fiery dude in my news feed, and I knew he had to be in my life for a reason. My life is completely different now because of them. And part of the shifts that we're going to, be connecting with about today eventually will become unshakable belief, unwavering belief. It starts someday. And I thought to myself, what if today could be day one for someone?
Almost identical, Jen. It's crazy. I'm celebrating also my 7th year in the profession. Similar situation with John and Nadya. Literally, the My Lifestyle Academy. It popped up on my newsfeed one day. To me, it was a total answer to prayer. Totally, enamored. Is that the right word? Blown away by John and Nadya when I saw them and I listened to them and the goosebumps. The goosebumps happen. And long story short, here we are. So Mindy Backsen, I'm here from North Dakota, work this business full time out of my home office alongside my power partner, my bestie, Jenn Cooper. We have just enjoyed collaborating together. And when John offered us to talk on Money Monday, it was like, it's such an honor. It's such an honor and a privilege to be with you guys. And we know that your time is so valuable. So we're going to get into building some unshakable freaking belief so you can become unstoppable, forever. And I really feel as Jen and I were laying this stuff out, and man, we just got on a roll this morning of what we want to share with you guys and how Jen, I think we've done a great job putting together kind of the perfect formula for building that unshakable belief, because I'm telling you, friends, when that happens and that freaking light, when you get it, when that light, that switch flips, all of a sudden you're going to be, it's just oh no, here goes next level. You guys ready to go next level?
If John is so good at the tactical, the actionable, the steps to truly annihilate a network marketing business, above to the top and beyond. Today is way more about here and about here. Yeah. Because sure, we could talk sales, we could talk DMO, daily method of operation, income producing activities, how to lead your team, how to leverage a promo. We could talk all these tactical things, but the truth is you've got two people, one with unshakable belief and one that maybe is kind of wavering a tad. Maybe they don't even know it. They could do exactly the same thing with those tactics and actions and steps and experience completely different outcomes. If you want the big results, my friends, if you want a business that sustains for life, if you want to weather the storm, today's conversation is going to be for you. Because literally, we looked back over our entire careers and we thought, okay, what was the nitty gritty? What was the golden nuggets that led us to this place where we would consider ourselves unshakable believers?
Yeah.
Literally, I could have a negative Nelly tell me I'm stupid and I'm part of a scam and it's, so dumb and nobody wins. And I don't even blink. The belief, the unshakable belief, and we're going to get into this deeper. It actually stems from those that you are also surrounding yourselves with. Okay. And to the degree that you are actively giving back. So start right now. Share this in your team threads. Share this in your pages. Make sure that your teammates are checking in, because someone's going to need to have their cup filled today, not just you. When it comes to building unshakable belief, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think, okay, if I have unshakable belief, you will be able to what? What happens when you have it? I could feel like I could write a book on that, but I want to know first, let's get in the right mindset. Let's all go there together. What happens when you have unshakable belief? What are you able to do? Here's what we do. So the first thing of 3 things that we're going to chat about. Number 1 is get in a damn hurry. Quit being so casual, as Ed Milet would say. Stop being so casual building your business. The same goes with building your belief. If you want to build unshakable belief, you got to get in a hurry to do it. You got to get in a hurry to do it. And the first thing that comes to mind, actually, Mindy and I were literally talking about it today. Mm-hmm. We were talking about, okay, what's the first thing that we would do if we want to build, but get, continue. And guys, this is continuum. You don't just build your belief and then boom, you're there. Mindy and I have unshakable belief, but belief is the kind of thing, it's like a garden. It needs to be tended to. It needs to be fed. It needs to be taken care of. It needs to be nourished. Whether you're starting at day 1 or you're on day 50 or you're on year 10 in your network marketing business, you got to feed it. And the first thing is get to events, get in front of the people. Mindy, why is it so important in your experience, like being at events? What have you found that has done for your belief?
I mean, I'll tell you a real quick short story. When I first started in the social marketing space, I quit my job 6 weeks after I started here. And 3 months later, I got on a plane by myself, rooming with 3 other chicks I never met in my life because I wanted to get to the event. And shortly thereafter, we scaled very quickly. I mean, our businesses took off in a major way, because when you can hear from the CEO of the company, when you can hear from some of the top leadership, and 9 times out of 10, these company events, or they certainly should be, filled with mindset, with personal development, with something that inspires you, because people that lack vision, they perish, right? That's just the truth of the matter. So when you go to these company events, you get to talk to maybe some of the formulators that formulated the products. You get to get around people that have had success. And so maybe you don't have all that belief of yourself yet, because that is to be developed, but you get to borrow some of their belief, and you get to go back and say, whoa, you know what? I was just at this event and I met this girl, Kristen, and she just told me her story. I mean, she went from being a single mom, sleeping on her friend's couch. We all hear these crazy stories, right? And all of a sudden she's like busting through 6 figures in her network marketing business. It is those events that change lives. And that is not a cliche thing to say. So when your upline or your crossline or your sideline sisters are saying, you got to get your butt to an event, it will absolutely change your life and solidify your belief. I've just seen it time and time again. So yeah, 100%. You got to go.
And it's almost like it's not a one and done thing. You have to keep seeking the opportunities to get in front of the people. Did y'all ever notice when you're building business or trying to build business, whatever form of business you are involved with, have you ever noticed it can kind of feel like at times a bit of a lonely road, but yet you're around people all the time. So why would that feel lonely? It's almost like, because more often than not, we're surrounded by people that maybe don't have that vision. Maybe they don't have that. Maybe they're not big dreamers. And here's another kicker for you guys. We have to stop expecting people that are not willing to chase their own dreams. Stop expecting them to encourage you to chase yours.
Whoa, snap. Let's repeat that. Wait, we got to repeat that. Repeat that one more time, Jen. You guys got to really get that. That is so freaking good. Go ahead.
Stop expecting those that are not chasing their own dreams. It's time to stop expecting that they should encourage you to chase yours. That expectation just needs to go. We're going to talk about that later on. But it is true that the very thing that has the most influence over us is our environment. And the cool thing about our environment, we dictate what is in our environment, nobody else. Mm-hmm. And for some of us, me included, I used to reside in Suckville. Do I have anybody that is currently living in Suckville? Maybe like a subdivision of Suckville. Maybe you're kind of working your way out of Suckville. I spent decades in Suckville. And what I mean is I was surrounded by toxicity. I was surrounded by the naysayers, the woe is meers, the I'm going to go eat wormers. I was surrounded, and that at the time, I was the sickest, the saddest, the most tired, depressed, lonely, unsuccessful, living paycheck to paycheck, barely making ends meet. That's the most I ever was during those times living in Suckville. And at that time, I wasn't taking responsibility to manipulate my environment. Why do we all care about who our kids hang out with? Why do we all care about whose house they're hanging out with?
Yeah.
Maybe you don't have kids. Why did your parents care about who they wanted to know? Hey, who's going to be there? Whose house is it going to be at? Where are you going after that? Why did they want to know? Because influence, friends. People at your kids' school, they spend a lot of time at school. They're going to be influenced by their circle. Who are they sitting at a lunch table with? Who are they riding the bus with?
Yeah.
Right? Maybe how cool is it? It's an opportunity. Maybe you're looking in your circle right now and you're like, nobody supports me. I'm living paycheck to paycheck.
Come here. Let us be in your circle. Get in here. Come on. Let us gather. Like, this is why you're here. This is why you make this community a huge priority, because for all those people, including the husbands, no offense, husbands, let's just talk on this real quick. Do you mind? When we're building unshakable belief, and here's the thing, Jenn just talked about, community and influence and all that kind of stuff. It does affect your belief in yourself, your belief in your company, your belief in the profession. It affects those things. And friends, somebody here needs to hear this today, because I've been through this before. My husband still doesn't quite understand what I do when I'm a top earner. Like, he still doesn't really get it. Doesn't matter. It's not for him to get. There was a time though, where he was very against what I was doing. Okay. So for those of you whose spouses, and I'm not just going to pick on the husbands, there's maybe some wives that are like, dude, you're going to try this thing. This is dumb. Right. Okay. Here's the thing. I want you to do this for me, please. Do this for yourself today, please. I want you to use that. Every brick that is thrown at you, every stone that comes your way. I don't care if it's your husband, your mom, your sister, who the hell it is. Everything you start building. Yes, Jenn, build yourself a castle. Build it. Use that as fuel. Do not allow that to break you down. And we're actually going to get into a little bit more here on kind of flipping the script. So we're going to talk a little mindset, because this is so important to building this unshakable belief. But I have to tell you, my friend, again, it is not their dream. It is not their vision. But also too, I need to touch on this real quick too, is that if you are not making money, like it's been years and you've literally just spent like thousands of dollars, there could be potentially a reason why they're like, listen, we need to talk about this. That's for a whole nother training. But I'm telling you, I want you to use that as fuel to your fire to get in a damn hurry to build this belief so you can build your legacy. Do you know what I'm saying?
We're going to touch some serious hearts today, my friends. Another thing to keep in mind when we're thinking about getting in a hurry, no, you don't need to know everything about the business, about your products, about how it goes. You don't relax. Let us calm. You don't need to know everything.
It's true.
But you do, if you want to get in a hurry, you need to find what you love. You need to find what you love about your flagship product. What does it do for people? How can it potentially move them? Why should they care? Why should they care? Keep asking yourself, why would they care? Okay, why would they care? Why does it matter? Why does it matter? Why does it matter? Why does it matter? All this down here, that's all the stuff that you feed on. That is all the stuff that drives you. That is all the stuff that continues to fan your own belief. You got to see if I were to copy what Mindy does every day, what she says about products or about business, if I were to copy everything she does, it would be amazing, because she's amazing and she's really, really good. But would I be feeling it in my heart? It is hard to transfer to others that which you do not possess yourself. Get in a hurry to find out what you love. Find out what you love about your product. Start with just your flagship product. Okay. Yeah. That means the big thing, whatever it is, the big thing that you're known for, what's your company known for. Then look at the business opportunity. What is the best thing that you love about your business opportunity? Whatever that is, you got to fall in love with it, and you have to get creative in being able to exude that energy and that enthusiasm to others. Can you tell right now how much I love connecting with you? Because I do. I know someone needs to feel this right now. I challenge you today. Go find one thing, the best thing that you love about your hero product. More specifically, what it is doing. Why should your prospect care? Why should they care? Why? That right there, my friends, is the gold. Right there. That is your task. Do the same thing for the business. Do it in a hurry. Quit being so casual. And all that's going to do is seed and grow your own belief from the inside out. Then it's going to come out in your content. It's going to come out when you're having conversations.
Yes. Yes. And then it becomes not so hard to, like you said, Jen, it comes out in your content. It comes out in those kind of conversations because you built that belief so quickly and so solid. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Let's get into, are you ready to hit number 2, Cooper?
Yes.
You're ready to flip a little script? Number 2 is to flip that script in your head. And Jen, I love, as we were talking about this morning, I love kind of the way that you laid it out. So you want to go ahead and start in on how to flip the script. Are you guys ready to get your brains washed? I'm sorry. It's a good brainwashing that's going to happen to you. So pull up your brains. Let's wash them a little, huh?
So we would ask ourselves when we were talking about these things, I said, we got to flip the script in the head. And she said, all right, cool. How do we do it? And we both agreed. First and foremost, and there's a caveat to this. You guys, who's heard of what the buzz about personal development? Doing personal development, reading books, listening to the podcasts, do active gratitude, which is active gratitude is actually pen to paper or a book and journaling things that you're grateful for every single day, journaling your goals every single day. The personal development daily, I would say a minimum of 30 minutes. Okay. Because in order to flip the script, we've got to have we need to be seeing different things. We need to interpret different things in our brains. We've got to relate to some different content other than what potentially might be happening in Suckville right now for some of y'all. I don't know. I don't know if that's what's holding you back from being your best, but I'm saying personal development, 30 minutes a day. But here's the caveat. Any overlearners in the house? Yeah. It's cool. First off, I want to applaud you for being open to learning. Take those personal development that you're taking the time to do anyway and get obsessed with somehow implementing what you're learning. I don't care if it's messy. I don't care if you fall flat on your face. In fact, if you fell on your face, you're still a step ahead of the person that didn't even try. Take what you are learning, work it into a conversation, practice it on your kids. If you're like a lot of what I learn about is the art of communication and communicating with different personality types because I lead a big team. That's an area of development for me. So I practice it on my kids. And guess what? I screw up a lot and I'm messy. And I still have days that my throat is hoarse because I've yelled at them and I really messed up. But I'm trying. You got to get obsessed with implementation because this is going to be a pill to swallow. You ready?
Go.
If you're pouring in and you're learning and you're hearing all the good things, literally you are only obtaining a piece of the story. You will literally feel the power of what you're learning when you put it into some type of implementation. Yes. Otherwise, you are wasting your time. And guys, I'm sorry, we don't have time to waste. Mm-hmm. You got to get in a hurry. If you want to build unshakable belief and you want to win forever, you've literally got to get obsessed. Screw all the people that said it's a bad thing to get obsessed. Yeah. I disagree. And a lot of the people that told me those words, I'm pretty sure would want to trade bank accounts with me right now.
Listen, here's what I want you guys to think about. As you go in, I mean, you guys are spending, maybe you're getting a lot of free training. Maybe you're spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on trainings and then you're never implementing. Here's what I want to put in your brains real quick. I want to drop a little seed in there. First off, you only need to learn. You only need to know a little more than the next guy to be able to share it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's times where when I'm on Facebook Live, I'll literally grab one of the books I'm reading and I'll bullet point 3 things and I'll just share that. Mm-hmm. I'll just share that. You guys, it's not like I've achieved some big thing out of the book or I've had a transformative, I don't have like a big story. I'm like, listen to what I'm learning currently. You guys, this is incredible. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Do you know how many people have reached out and said, Mindo, that book, that whatever you were reading today, what's the name of that book? I need to get it. That was amazing. I'm like, oh, well, so you guys got to stop and think about, yes, you're ingesting and you're digesting all of this knowledge and stuff, but it is a selfish behavior. And I say this with love. It is a selfish behavior to keep it to yourself. think of Jen and I and all the knowledge we have and the things that we've gone through, the journeys that we've gone through. And John said, hey, you guys want to do this? We're like, no, we're too scared. You guys wouldn't get to hear from us. We wouldn't get to connect with you. And that would be a shame. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So yeah. I just want you guys to know that little piece of knowledge that you have, go share it with someone. Go share it with someone, for crying out loud, and then watch what happens. You want to start building some belief. All of a sudden you get a message from someone saying, you know what you just shared today, that hit me. Thank you. That's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
And you know, what's funny, guys, I should also note and embarrass her because she won't say this, but Mindy, I watch everything on social media. She is one of the most consistently viewed and interacted with her live videos. Sister doesn't rely on a video going viral or getting shared out. She focuses on giving back. And I'm telling you, like Mindy, I applaud you and your efforts, because I remember, you know, as far as flipping the script in your head, you guys want to know a little motto, my mantra, actually, that I've had literally since I was in high school. And you want to know where I got it from? I used to be, I know it's hard to believe, but I was a cheerleader. I was a cheerleader and I was a gymnast first. So I didn't know how to do the whole cheer thing. And I used to go to competitions and enter in individual competitions. That's basically when you do an entire performance by yourself in front of all these people. And I remember the very first time I did it, I was ready. I could tumble. I did my tumbling. And then I went to open my mouth to do the cheer. And I was like, beep, beep, like this high pitched, I don't even know what came out of my head, or like, it was an out of body. I was like, this is death. I am dying. I can feel my organs shutting down one by one on this mat. I'm literally going to collapse and they're going to have to fire and carry me off this mat.
How did you rally?
I was like, this is what death feels like. My organs are literally shutting down. So literally, that's what's happening on the mat. But I remember when I was done, oh God, I was mortified. And I got made fun of course, by my brothers and, you know, all the other people that are close to me. I was mortified. But at that time, I told myself, somebody's doing it and someone's going to do it. Why not me too? Why not me? And that's what I told myself. That made me get back on the mat. So when you guys think, and I went on to win individual competitions as my rookie cheerleading career turned into not so rookie. I went on to become a professional cheerleader and worked for the National Cheerleaders Association, teaching other people how to do that same thing. Yeah. So ask you, friends, those times that the doors close in your face, and it crushes your belief in yourself. Yeah. And you think to yourself, like, am I really cut out for this? I want you to use my mantra that I went from dying on that mat. And I told myself, gosh darn it, no, people are doing it. Someone is going to win. Why not me? Why not me? That got me back on the mat, which got me in more competitions, which got me more experience, which built my confidence now so that I could go audition for the National Cheerleaders Association and wear the shield that is respected all around the world. And it all started with, why not me? So whatever you're feeling in your business right now, Mindy, I didn't mean to hijack that. I wasn't even factoring that. But I ask you, if you're in your business and you're questioning your belief, flip that script during the moments you think you fail. What if you didn't actually fail? What if it's just a test to see if you are deserving of that success that you desire?
Man, it's not, you know, losing and winning. It's winning and learning, right? Like you learned something there, Jen, on the mat. You learned something. When you put up like a stupid poster, you look back, you're like, oh my God. Or you do a reel and it flops.
Yummy. Oh, what was I thinking?
You know, you spammed all your friends. You feel like a big jerk. Like, who cares? Oh, this is actually a great lead right into the next thing, Jen, talking about managing your expectations. Because you know what? People forget about stuff and they don't care. And Jen, you know what's funny? You think back and whenever in the heck it was, like back in 96, 7, did anyone remember? Does anyone care? Did anybody even care probably that night? No, probably not. I mean, except your brothers, but they probably would never let you live it down. But listen, we also got to manage our expectations here, friends. And we're going to roll into this piece of building this unshakable belief, getting in a damn hurry, flipping that script in your head. And as equally important as the top two is managing your expectations. Man, it is one of those things where as we grow through this together, you learn. It's a learning journey all day long. Okay, it's a learning journey all day long. We do it as top leaders. The newbies do it as they're kind of getting their little wings ready to fly out of the nest. I mean,
let's be honest. Are there some times that you're kind of like, maybe when you first got started, you were so excited, and then maybe you kind of hoped that it might happen faster? Maybe you are some of the like elite leaders, like people that are six-figure earners right here, right now, still learning amongst us and with us. Have you ever kind of thought, like, real talk here, keep it 100. Have you ever thought, man, why isn't it happening fast enough? Or I thought it would happen faster. What do I need to experience, in order to get this going? What do I need to learn to get this moving faster?
Yeah.
Chop, chop. Talk about expectation setting, friends. It's important to start with them. Nobody ever started me with expectations.
Yeah.
Right. And not for no fault of their own. When I first got in the profession, I don't even think they knew what they were doing. And a lot of us don't even know what we're doing half the time. It's really important to focus on long-term legacy.
Yes.
Versus short-term reward. Long-term legacy versus short-term reward. Because I know there's people on here that are still pissed about how they finished June.
Yeah.
And maybe May too. And you're thinking month to month as opposed to a 6-month run or a 12-month run. Yep. My friends, expectations start with thinking, okay, am I in this do I want this for the long haul for me and my family? Am I gonna need a comma check in 2 years? What about 3 years? Will you need 6 figures in 10 years?
Right.
John and Nadya, I think it took them 7 years to build a 6-figure business.
Yeah. Yep.
And you've been in it 7 days and nobody commented on your post. So you're thinking you're no good? My friends, we got to adjust those expectations. And guess what? I got to do it too. You don't think I'm a need for now? You don't think I have to like check myself periodically?
100%. It's so true. And again, I think as soon as you embrace this journey that is going to be, I'm telling you, friends, doesn't matter if you've been here a week, 6 months, 6 years, it is a journey of valleys and mountains and valleys and mountains. So you've got to put that into managing that expectation, knowing there are going to be months that are going to be really tough. There are months that are going to be full of momentum and craziness. And oftentimes, I love one of our good friends, Brandon Forbes, he talks about how the real work begins when that launch momentum ends. That's right. And it's like, okay, wait a minute here. If you didn't jot down your dream and you didn't jot down your why, and you don't, I often tell my team, if it took you 5 years to make 5 figures a month, would that be worth it to you? Like, if you don't have some of that stuff kind of solidified, yeah, you might lose sight of it pretty quickly. But that is why. And John, every top trainer around the world talks about your vision, your why, your legacy. Like, take some time today. I want to give you guys a little bit of homework too, while I'm just randomly thinking of this. I want you guys to take a minute, if you haven't done this in a while, because as adults, like I'm 43, I got 3 kids. My life is, entrepreneur, and it's crazy. My brain always goes 100 miles an hour. Like, take some quiet time today, would you? And just freaking dream about what's the next 5 years going to look like in your life. Right, Jen? Like, don't you, it's crazy because we never do this, because you're like, I forgot what color I even like. I have kids and my whole life revolves around my family. And, yeah. Do I have thoughts anymore about my own self? No, we don't. That's me as a mom. So take some time and dream.
That's right.
You know what? I don't.
And don't be surprised when you do what Mindy said. Don't be surprised if you take your pen and your paper is still blank in 10 minutes and you get frustrated and distracted. And then you feel like you want to stop. And then you're like, why can't I even like get the brains on the paper? Don't be surprised. That's part of the challenge, my friends. And, you know, I also think that as far as expectations go, when you prepare yourself, I want to encourage you guys, prepare yourself to own everything that happens in your business. Everything, every success and every loss. When you prepare yourself to have that level of accountability, when you literally take ownership of everything, your belief will unwaver and winning becomes easier. Because when you own it all, when you do strike your gold, which you will, if you maintain and you feed and you nurture that unwavering belief and unshakable doubt, if you continue to nurture that, working through some of these things, you will eventually strike gold. And when you do, you're going to feel like you deserved it.
You own that.
When you feel deserving, that's going to anchor that belief. So literally, you take ownership over your business, everything that happens to like for you and around you, I'm telling you, you're going to strike gold. And when you do, you're not going to feel like you don't deserve it. You're going to be like, I own that. Because I owned my losses too.